I'm Allana Verde, and you're watching WORLMAG.
I come home in the morning like my mother says, when you gonna live your life right.
So I'm Allana Verde. I would say I do a little bit of everything: singing, dancing, modeling, and acting. My first discovery in the industry, like what I fell in love with first was dance, and through that I found music. I feel like they kind of go together, hand in hand. If I was singing, I was dancing. If I was dancing, I was singing. I'm British and American, and I spend a lot of time back and forth between the two. I realized that I loved singing and loved music when I can't remember. It was just a very young age. Like I said, I've always been around music, whether it was like in my dance classes or just singing for the sake of singing. I actually have a photo of my dad playing a guitar, and he's put a microphone in my hands, and I think I'm like about 2 months old. So especially when I went into my dance classes and we would do performances, I think it was like a yearly thing. I always got chose to sing, and I just fell in love with it. I just loved being able to portray these different characters in music. I listened to a lot of Destiny's Child, TLC, Aaliyah, Brandy. So yeah, I feel that they inspired me. I want to bring 90s R&B back.
I wanna be the one to walk in the sun. Oh, girls, they want.
I don't really have like one genre. I love to do a little bit of everything. So I would say my music is mainly 90s R&B, but with elements of trap, pop, house, and it also allows me to work with many different artists. If I had to choose between singing and dancing, honestly, I don't think I could. With dance, I feel like just like singing, I feel like I can really express the way I feel and evoke this emotion and just be whatever I want to be. I'd say, because I'm so focused on music right now, I'd definitely say music, especially with this EP that I've just released. Like I said, I'm able to put a lot of myself into music. Bad side, I decided to create that track because I feel like in the relationship I gave too much of the good me, and I gave parts of myself that I didn't even know I had, and I guess now I'm kind of just fed up. But it doesn't, to me personally, it doesn't just mean bad as in having a bad side, which it does, but not just that. It also means bad in a bad and bougie way, as I also say on the track. Kind of just coming into my own and being my own boss and being confident and empowered. Yeah. Am I letting my fans see or hear too much? Honestly, I feel like I'm only scratching the surface with what I've spoke about in my EP or sung about in my EP. There's a lot more that I would like them to see. I definitely feel after this EP, I will definitely revisit this experience and write more about it. But I think because it's such a sensitive topic and very, very personal to me, I wanted to just kind of make it a little bit subtle. I didn't want to detail everything right away. So I think the fans will relate to it, and I think someone has to be brave enough to put something like this out there.
I like to stay in. So if I have to start slaying.
Well, like the EP, Broken Record, I feel that in the process of creating it, my emotions were on a loop as a broken record, and I felt like when I'd feel empowered and I'd feel like, okay, I can like push past this and move on and realize how toxic the relationship actually was, I found myself right back at the beginning and confused and I guess kind of like split in decision. I've had the most fun making Bad Side, and that's like with creating the video as well, which was shot in Brighton. It was just a lot of fun. The person I was with in this past relationship, he had like multiple personalities and yeah, kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde, I guess, but with more personalities. And on Bad Side, like shooting the video, I was two different characters, so which everyone will get to see. Like at night, I'm getting up to a load of mischief and like stealing, and during the day, I'm in disguise and kind of really at ease, as if I haven't done anything. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Like I said, I love to act, so I got to do that. I would say Bad Side and I Know Better Now, I think fans will relate to more. Especially I Know Better Now, because everyone kind of gets to that point where it's like, how is it that I didn't know then what I know now? And it's just a sense of relief. I think a lot of fans will relate to that. Like, I guess I had friends and family, everyone trying to pull me out of this toxic relationship, but I managed to do that somehow. Like, music is what pushed me, and being able to put all this out there is kind of what saved me from that toxic experience. I've learned in life and in music is, in life, I'll start with that one first. In life, I'd say I've learned to really put myself first and yeah, just not neglect myself, not to, like, it's beautiful loving someone, but never to a point where you forget to love yourself and completely lose touch of all of who you are, because then in that way they can do serious damage, I guess. So yeah, to really like enjoy my life and love myself. In music, I'd say I've learned that, I'd say that I've learned that I can do anything. I can portray any character I want to. Like, there's no limitations, there's no limits, there's no boundaries. And to just have fun with it, to have like a real passion for what I do, because if not, it starts to feel like work. And if it feels like work, then obviously that's not a good thing. But for me, like, I can't get enough of music. There's always a song that someone can relate to, heal from, grow. Yeah, I guess everyone can relate somehow. Ooh, that's a good one. What advice would I give to myself? I would say to not, like, it sounds cheesy, but just to not worry that everything actually is going to be okay. And I don't know, I usually do think about that a lot, but it kind of like hurts to think like I would see myself back then and know like all the heartache that was to come and all the struggle. But I definitely tell myself to just keep going and that it will happen, because it's a process, and in order to reach the top there are steps that I'm gonna have to climb. I think people that's not sure whether the industry is for them or not, if you have to ask yourself that question, then it probably isn't. Like I said, you should be pushed by like raw passion. You need to be ambitious and like truly want this. If not, it's gonna feel like a chore. So if you have to ask yourself that question, then it probably isn't. Yeah. I mean, I would love women to, you know, be inspired by me and my music, and yeah, like as you said, look up to me and relate. Because I think there's a lot of things that people go through that no one really talks about. And like I said, I'm quite private, and this is like a big scary thing to do, but someone has to do it, and I know what it feels like to not really have the guidance or feel like where do you go from there. So to be like kind of the voice, or the person that people can come and talk to, that would be like an amazing feeling, because I wish I had that.
The streets never break on those balloons.
So I'm Allana Verde, and you can look me up on YouTube, SoundCloud, for my socials, iTunes, everything. It's ALLANAVERDE, and you can check out my latest EP called Broken Record. So yeah, look me up. My video Bad Side will be dropping this Friday with the Hype magazine, so look out for it. I had a lot of fun shooting it, so I really hope everyone enjoys it.